What's up, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. Happy to have you all. Please come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to learn something or maybe better yourself. If the messages that come through do not resonate for you, please do push them aside. Assume that they're going out to someone else who needs to hear them. That being said, the messages may resonate for you at a later time or date. So again, I advise that you just be open to that. Do remember you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is optional advice, guidance, and energy check-in. But let's tap into your energy. Messages for Aquarius's best and highest good, wherever they are at on their spiritual journey. Let's give them some advice. Let's give them some cards. What is the energy coming through in the past? Four of Cups. Complacency, not really digging it, feeling like you're maybe stuck in a rut. For some of you, it feels like you have options, but none of them are truly satisfying or delicious. That being said, the Four of Cups typically indicates that, like, the hand of God, quote unquote, whatever you believe in, the higher power, the divine source, spirit, universe, they're trying to present you with something, but you might be so in it that you don't see the forest from the trees. You may have to kind of step back and reevaluate, because I think there's something already around you that's trying to come in, but you maybe have to detach yourself from the past, or you have to kind of raise your vibe up. It feels a little bit moody, a little bit brooding. Maybe there's some regret or resentment. Maybe there's, I don't know, for some of you, it could even be guilt of feeling like you should have jumped while the, what is that expression? Like jump while the fire's hot or something like that. Feeling like maybe you missed out on something that could have been. And the thing is, I'm kind of here to tell you that, like, you're never really going to miss out on anything that is meant for you. Sure, those feelings are normal. You're only human, right? Feelings like that, they come and go, but it's not necessarily indicating a truth of any kind. It's just sort of not acknowledging some sort of emotion that is, yeah, it feels a little bit sentimental about a past person, a past opportunity, but there also is kind of like this truth here of, like, that might not be available anymore. However, let's talk about that Ace of Cups. The Three of Pentacles, yeah, there's something coming in, and it's an energy of wanting to build with you. So it could be in terms of a romantic relationship, or it could be a job offer, an opportunity. It could even be a friend reaching out to you and asking for help. Some of you are going to get a job through a friend, even if it's just like a one-off, one-time circumstance. It's almost like your friend may do some sort of, it's just an example, but your friend may do some like physical labor, and the next job that they're on requires a lot more manpower, or, you know, it needs a lot more physical able bodies. And so they may reach out to you and be like, hey, like, you know, X amount of money, this amount of days, like, you know, it's almost like no experience required. We just need people who genuinely like want to help. And like something about that would be helpful to you, because I think it's going to pull you out of this emotional rut, or get you kind of thinking about other things, meeting new people, socializing, etc. Anyway, oh my God, Aquarius, I forgot to say happy birthday. It's your birthday season. Yeah, we can't be in this Four of Cups energy on your birthday. No way, Jose. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get good. All right, so that's past events. How is that impacting them presently? Where is Aquarius at presently? Judgment. Okay, yeah, again, kind of in that in-between zone of, am I ready to wrap up an old cycle? Am I ready to detach from the past? Or do I need to go back and revisit something so that I can have clarity, so that I can have, make amends with something, you know, mend fences, build a bridge, however you want to say it. I do very strongly get a message here of feeling like, this is so funny. Sorry, I'm going to relay that in a second. A message of sort of wondering about that person. It feels like the one who got away. I don't know if they're available, though. I'm getting kind of mixed messages on that, but it's almost like you sort of put them on a pedestal of that. Again, I'm just going to have to say it and not edit myself, but it's like if you were to ever get married, that would be like the type of person you were looking for, even if you weren't necessarily into the idea of marriage or whatever. It's like there was something about that person where it felt right. Something about it was, it raised the bar a little bit, and maybe there was an intimidation factor on your end of, again, I'm not assuming anything, but the possibility of, ooh, maybe I'm not ready for that, or it's too real, it's too much, or it makes me feel kind of vulnerable, and that scares me, so like it kind of scared me off a little bit, but something about it was so right. Something about it made sense to you, particularly someone who has a really nice voice or is a musician. For a few of you, it may have to do with a Scorpio too. You may have a Scorpio ex who's reaching out to you and seeing what's up. And if that's the case, though, there's a couple messages, like storylines. There may be a Scorpio that tries to come back into your life, but you almost seem to have your hands full with work stuff. So it might be that your priorities shift a little bit. And so it's an interesting energy that at one point in time, you were kind of lost in the fantasy of what could have been and long lost love, whatever, unrequited love, whatever it was. Then some sort of initiation of plans pulls you out of that emotional slump. And then you're busy. You're back at it. You're back in the game. You know, your vibe is higher. You're feeling like life is good again. And then something from the past comes back, and I'm not sure it's the same thing. It could be. Again, something about a singer or a dancer or a musician or someone who's just very creatively inclined. Something about the arts is important here. A beautiful voice or an interesting mind. Ooh, yeah, that's your love language, Aquarius, right? They got a sexy mind. Okay. So yeah, I mean, ironically, in the card of the present, you have a card indicating the past. Things coming back around, nostalgia, getting closure. Closure is a very good word with judgment. Getting clarity. I think it's sort of the idea of like looking at the skeletons in the closet and deciding what are we going to bring with us on this next journey and what is just excess. You know, what can be eliminated? What is extra? What is weighing us down energetically, emotionally, physically? What can we get rid of? There's like a purging that's going on presently. Okay. So what is supporting Aquarius currently? What is supporting them? What energy is supporting them? Delays, which is frustrating, right? The Hanged Man. Also being able to see things from a higher perspective, from a new perspective. The Hanged Man is literally inverted because he's able to... The story or the narrative is unfolding in a way where maybe there's a turn of events and you start to see things from a different perspective, not just your own vision or viewpoint or mindset. Sometimes it does have to do with being more empathetic and putting yourself in the other person's shoes. That being said, Aquarius, because it's coming through as energy that benefits you, it could be that someone else is starting to do that. So, you know, I don't want to paint false hope. I'm here to relay the messages as they present themselves. So it's possible that someone that you're kind of still thinking about, it's like energetically there is still a tie there. There's some sort of, I heard the word tethering, a tethered soul, right? That seems deep. Oh, that seems Scorpio. That seems so deep. I do think because your energy is still kind of in that kind of past connection, even if they're not in your life anymore, I think it's probably, for some of you, a little bit reciprocal in that maybe this person is starting to view you in a different light or understand what transpired or went down between you guys in a different way. Maybe it just wasn't the right time, but maybe there is a mutual connection to build or kind of look at the plans. To be a little bit more analytical or a little bit more open-minded to looking at what actually happened versus sort of like the emotional stuff that took over and maybe clouded our judgment a little bit. There could quite literally be a Pisces coming to your aid, coming to your rescue. There could be help available in the form of a Pisces, in any sense of the word, friend, family member, relationship. I don't get this message often, Aquarius. I'm going to tell you this now. I kind of get this mirroring back of the person that you're thinking of. They're kind of waiting on you too. And I only say that with good intentions. I'm not trying to paint false hope, but I just kind of get that. I just kind of do. The Hangman is very like dreamy energy. It's a water sign, so it is very connected to the past and nostalgia, the sentimental stuff, what used to be. I do feel like there's Scorpio energy here too, though. So I'm not saying this has to involve a Scorpio, but it might be someone who's a very strongly placed Pluto, like a Sun conjunct Pluto, Moon conjunct Pluto. So, I don't know, something about a very strong. There's like a Scorpionic nature to this. Where as much as they want to let it go, they kind of can't. There's something a little bit. No, I don't think obsessive is the right word, but there's something like they can't quite clear this from their mind. So at minimum, I do think there's going to be something that you guys want to revisit again and see if you can get something to grow or build between you guys in a more healthy and productive way than you were able to do before. So what qualities does Aquarius need in this energy, in this vibe, in this relationship, in this reading? What are they being advised to do? How to grow? What qualities are going to be important for the Aquarius? The Magician. All right, knowing the power of your manifestation, that you can bring anything into fruition that you want. You can materialize anything, but it does take a certain amount of dedication, devotion, effort. You have to have a passion for it. You have to practice emotional intelligence. And it's sort of the idea of, magician Mercury energy. It's like what you set your mind to, you have every good reason to believe that you can achieve it. But frequently I gave a similar message to Leo. I think they have the magician in the same placement too. Maybe there was some Mercury energy going on there. It's sort of like the signs ruled by Mercury, which are Gemini and Virgo, they're opposed by signs that are ruled by Jupiter, Pisces and Sagittarius, right? So there is this idea that sometimes the small brain has trouble seeing the overall vision, the overall picture. Typically, Mercury heavy people, Mercury heavy signs, again, Gemini, Virgo, whoever, anybody can have a strong Mercury. Those sometimes are signs that struggle with the idea of faith too. It's like everything is black and white. If it's not written in text, there's no, there's no room for creative liberty or creative thinking or just feeling something intuitively and going off of that versus like, well, what does it say in ink? And sometimes I think Aquarian can lean into that too. It's like there's something about this that may defy logic a little bit, or even sort of, I'm hearing the word eludes. It eludes logic. Am I using that correctly? That's not really my word. That was like a channeled thing. I don't know. Something about this defies logic. It's hard for you to understand how this could possibly materialize now, because I think you think there's a lot of obstacles in the way. And in reality, again, I'm going to say, if it's meant to be yours, you're not going to miss out on this. It's probably going to come back to you in a very transformed way. But I think that was needed. I don't think it could have taken off with wild success in the present energy that you guys had in the past, but both of you have been through some changes and transformations. You're both starting new chapters. And so if this is romantic or a business collaboration or a friendship, I think there's every good reason to believe that you guys can hit reset and start to create magic together again. But there might be a delay or a waiting period. And I think an important word with the Hangman too, just to go back to that, is the idea of sacrifice. In a positive way, what are you being asked to sacrifice? With Judgment, what are you being asked to release and let go of? Something to do maybe with control issues or expectations versus reality, trying to make something or assume that it's something that it just isn't. And that doesn't make it bad. It's just, again, we have to open up our minds and be a little bit more flexible, adaptable, see it for what it really is, and encourage it, right? With enthusiasm, with emotional integrity, encourage it to be the best it can be. I hope that makes sense. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you guys are revisiting something that you still see a tremendous amount of value in. I do. I absolutely do. Boy, I don't usually get readings where it's like soulmates reconnect, and I don't know, maybe soulmates isn't the right word, but I do get this idea of a relationship where both people are mutually in this space of like, yeah, like I kind of want to go around again. I kind of want to see what's up with my person because I miss them. There was something about it. But what's interesting is I do think there's an Ace of Cups here that's trying to come in. So I don't know, is that this person reaching out to you when you're so kind of lost in the past that you're not realizing they're actually resurfacing in your life again? Or do you have options? That could be the case too. It could be that there's a new option, but you still kind of are. It could be that you're quote unquote blocking your blessings or whatever you want to call it, blocking another opportunity that's trying to come in because you still have unfinished business with an ex or something from the past. Now, here's the thing. I'm hoping it's mutual because it's a dangerous territory to get into when you have unfinished business with an ex and they're completely out of your life and not interested in revisiting it. Then it's kind of like you got to do the internal work. You got to do the soul searching. You got to do, again, cleaning out the skeletons from your closet so that you fully heal yourself from this. You're not dependent or reliant on another person to give you that closure and clarity. It's a slippery slope, guys. I heard it's the opposite side of the same coin. I'm not really I know what that phrase means. I'm not sure how it applies to this, but I'm being told to say it. It's like the opposite side of the same coin. So for that, I'm almost wanting to say there's an interesting domino effect or mirroring effect of, it's possible that the one you're looking at as the one who got away, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, I also feel like this is a cross watcher. There's someone watching this reading for you, Aquarius, going, yeah, Aquarius was my one who got away. And like, I'm checking in on their energy and seeing what they're up to. So it's interesting. It's like you reap what you sow because you're in the energy of nostalgia and reminiscing and looking back on the past. There's someone else in your vibe, in your network, in your energy that's doing the same but putting you on the pedestal, being like, Aquarius is my one who got away. Oh, ooh, there's a lot of emotions here. There's a lot of emotions. And here's the thing, guys. If you're watching this going, I don't want anybody back from my past, this isn't your reading. Sorry. Like, I just have to call a spade a spade. That's what this reading is right now. So it won't be your message every time. You guys know that, right? So if it is your message, cool. Thanks for showing up and following the story. But yeah, if you're watching this like, no, nothing, it's not your reading. Okay. I just, we got to call it what it is. So what is known about this situation? What is known? What is obvious? What are the facts? What is the reality? What is like the Mercury information being relayed? What do we already know about the situation that maybe we have to remind Aquarius of? The Nine of Swords, yeah, this is giving you anxiety. So something's got to give. Something's got to change here. Either if this person is not accessible to you, if you're not in communication, if you're not in connection, you need to problem solve, essentially. You need to show up and do something so that you're not in this state of fright, paranoia, fear, whatever it is. Yeah, it fell right on here too. I think a lot of you, if you are brave enough, you have no reason not to reach out to this person when you're in a good place. I don't think this is the best energy to be like, I've missed you so much. And by the way, I loved you and I'm so sorry I did that thing. Like, you don't want to let your like oral diarrhea, sorry to use that gross expression, but like, you don't want to bombard this person with every single thought you're thinking. But if you can do it in a high vibe way to revisit something and let this person know that, they're still on your mind, you have no reason not to, because here's the thing. Either they reject you and you get clarity that, okay, it's not my person, it's time for me to move on because they are literally telling me that door has been closed and I'm freed from this thing that's been holding me back. It's not always going to feel good, but I think more or less that's going to be progress to getting you back on track. Or the opposite. This person is going to be like, oh my gosh, thanks so much for reaching out. I've been thinking about you too. I just looked at that photograph of us the other day, or I just found that thing of the time we went to the carnival or the concert or whatever. You may be pleasantly surprised, but what we know about this, at absolute bare minimum, if this is your story, there's not a super healthy energy around this in terms of it being easy. And so you are kind of sinking into like, I think this is a Mars card. So like aggressive thoughts that are at war in your mind, right? We kind of have to put your mind at ease. And so I'm going to say we can't, again, rely on other people for closure and clarity. We can ask. It doesn't mean they're going to give it to us. But ultimately, however the chips fall after you make that sort of, I do think this is initiating conversation. Mars and Gemini, I think you might be being asked to initiate this. Whatever the results, no matter how the chips fall, then it's up to us, Mars, individualism, identity, self-accountability, in order to move forward in a healthy way and manifest whatever that we want in our next chapter, in our next cycle. So what is hidden here? What is in the unknown, in the shadows, something maybe in the depths, in the subconscious, something we haven't really been illuminated to, but we might intuitively be feeling? What is hidden here? So this turned out, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I think this person is holding on to you too. Again, I don't love the vibe of this card, but it does feel like there's a matched energy of wondering what could have been. I think this person is less likely to reach out because they feel, okay, here's the thing. Again, I can't say this for all of you, but for some of you, there's definitely the storyline of you rejected this person and are feeling the guilt or the, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I got scared. I ran away. I dumped them before they dumped me kind of vibe. So you may be feeling like the guilt. They still may be feeling the hurt of, ooh, I got rejected. Like I really loved Aquarius and they broke up with me. They didn't give me their explanation. Maybe they had trust issues now because of it. And again, it's not about blaming or faulting anyone. Ultimately, you guys impacted each other in a very profound and powerful way. I think what's hidden is that this person does still hold on to you, and I don't know what the scenario is, but I think part of them feels like they're owed an apology, or it would be inappropriate for them to reach out to you because you were the one who was kind of like, hey, like I gotta, like this isn't working for me anymore. So I think they would view it as if they were to reach out to you, it would come off as desperate, or that they were like checking in on you when maybe you were asking for space. I think this person doesn't feel like it's safe to reach out to you, but I think they're very much holding on to you. Something about a teddy bear. Symbolically, that could have been like a cutesy nickname you guys used. You may have quite literally given them a teddy bear or a card with a teddy bear or something about teddy bear. Maybe that's someone's name. Maybe there's a Ted or an Ed or an Edward or someone's last name. I don't know. Something about teddy bears coming through. What else? Anything else we're allowed to know at this point? Something specific about a hat as well. There could be something, you picture this person wearing a certain hat, or you had some funny conversation about a hat. They had to borrow your hat. Something about a hat. The moon. Yeah, there's more to be revealed here. At bare minimum, the thing is, I think you kind of know this, but maybe you don't. You guys have a very strong psychic connection to this person. They feel your energy, you feel theirs. And I don't think you always view it as that. I think when you're thinking about them, again, it kind of travels into this like nostalgia, kind of longing, like, oh, heavy emotions of what used to be. But sometimes that's being triggered by something that it wasn't even initiated by you. It was like, I'm hearing like it's in the ethers. It's like that person was thinking about you, and energetically that started to sort of bring you into that space. It's like you guys are thinking about each other. I just keep getting that. There may be a Pisces involved here. Again, there may be a new connection that you don't see yet with a Pisces who's holding on to you. You may have a Pisces who's dreaming about you and putting you on a pedestal, even if that's not the person you're thinking about. I think that could be the case too. There may be another air sign involved, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I also think there's a miscommunication about someone being involved with somebody else when that connection has been severed. They're not with that person anymore, but again, you may be writing this person off as, I missed my opportunity because they're already dating that guy or that girl, or they got married. Again, not for all of you, but some of you, this is your blind spot. This person may have gone through a divorce and you don't even know. Someone wants to talk to you, but they're a little bit afraid. They're withdrawn or they're held back. But I think the emotions are there. They feel a lot for you. And I think their exterior presents as cool, calm, collected, maybe even a little bit withdrawn and cold. That is a mask. Like if you strip back the layers, I'm hearing there's a beating heart. There is blood coursing through their veins. There is passion for you, but you wouldn't know it to look at them initially. There's something I'm hearing the word gaunt. So like thin, something gaunt about their face, or I'm not sure what that is. And I don't think it's illness, guys, for most of you. I'm just getting this idea of someone has like black circles under their eyes, or they look very tired, or they're just very pale faced, but they may have very dark hair. Something about how they look, their features. Maybe gaunt isn't the right word, but it's like frail. There's something their face shows that their heart is breakable. Oh, that feels so heavy and deep. Does that make sense to anyone? So even though they wear their battle armor and they don't love to let their emotions show, at least anymore, maybe at one point in time, they were very hard on their sleeve, but it's a little bit jaded now because they have trust issues. But it looks like they've been through some battles, more or less. I think their eyes are like the window to their soul. I'm getting like Pisces energy. It's like their eyes are just like this ocean of love, like the abyss of just love and passion and spirituality and energy. But it's a little bit zippered up. It's a little bit withheld. But yeah, underneath the surface, there's just an ocean of an outpouring of love and emotion there. Ooh, Aquarius, this is a very heavy reading for you. I don't usually get these kind of readings for Aquarius, but anyway. Oh, duh. I literally just made the connection. Pluto has gone into Aquarius, right? I think we said that in your last video. Of course, people from your past are coming back. Yeah, okay, done. I was going to say triple confirmation. That's what this is. You may have multiple people coming back from your past. Not that you ever have to take them back. Again, you are in the driver's seat of your own life, but the energy, the potential is here to make amends. The zodiac signs. Virgo, Leo, Aries, Scorpio. All right, we'll wrap it up with an oracle card. Let's see. Set your intentions with heart and soul. And then we'll do a heal yourself oracle card. Something that would be helpful for Aquarius to hear right now. Help from above. Again, something about a musician. And it may even be like a classical instrument or something in like a jazz band. Does that make sense to anybody? Or something about, again, dance, like flowy movement. It could be someone who sings, or even someone who's like a seamstress or costume design or clothing. There's something very artsy, creative, intuitive about this person. Or maybe that's you, Aquarius, but maybe it's both of you. Maybe it's both of you. All right, let's see. 27. Let's read this. Help from above. Your positive intentions and heartfelt prayers have been heard. You are loved beyond your wildest dreams. Divine beings are working on your behalf to create the perfect circumstances for you to heal and open your heart. There is a higher order and timing to all things. You are being asked to work on your self-worth so that you can receive your greatest good in the form of incredible love, life-transforming opportunities, healing, abundance, and divine inspiration. Keep asking for higher help and intervention in any area of your life. Then follow your intuition and lower your barriers. Let go of any notions of how the divinity will bring about your deepest heart's yearning. It may not be in the package you would have expected, but it will be life-altering. Your heart is about to be challenged to open wider than ever before. This may require you to feel some fear and pain. Do not run away from this experience. Take steps forward with faith that your greater good is coming. All right, Aquarius, this was badass. I liked it. I hope you liked it too. Please like the video, guys. That really helps me. It helps me gain some traction on YouTube, helps me find my audience, gets these messages out to whoever wants to hear them or needs to hear them. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell if you want us to find each other again on YouTube. Thanks for showing up to me today. Sending you all the best, and I will see you soon for more tarot.